Okay, here we go. Everything is set. John McCagg here, Trust Crash Course with Liberty Aid Academy. I'm just going to get into it. Do this live Mondays at noon and Thursdays at 7. If you have any questions, just, get on here, throw them in the chat. This is all copyrighted work that I did, that I have proof I did, and that I have dozens of testimonials that this works for all of our students. You open a trust, and then when you open that trust, guess what? You owe no taxes to the IRS, and you don't have to report to the IRS. Any business, anyone, there are no rules of business and personal anymore. It's just if you run money through that trust, all the money is tax free and you don't report. It's non reporting 501c3 status for this trust, works for everyone in America, and that's just where the benefits start. Okay, that's where they start because now you're not using your straw man, your business called the person, right? That thing qualifies for all the free government and everything. So, yeah, it's a legal hack that the wealthy elite have used their whole lives. And guess what? I'm an accountant. I got an MBA. Here are my degrees right behind me. One, two. Master's in accounting. That's a full-time 1 year graduate degree, and MBA, Master's in Business Administration, 2 year graduate degree, undergraduate business and finance, and 40 years of business experience, and more proof than Harvard, Yale, Stanford, MIT put together on this on our YouTube channel. Check out all the testimonials from all our students that had success. So anyway, if you got questions, let's go through this. Okay, anything comes up, just go ahead and holla in the chat, and I'll get to whatever's on your mind. Okay. So Liberty Aid Academy, like I said, it's the only school with proof. Yeah, this works for all of our students. Go check out the testimonials. We have a testimonials tab on our website. We also have a whole playlist on YouTube of everyone's success. So go check it out. Proof matters, right? Not good stories, not there's a leprechaun and you can get gold and stuff like that. All those BS sour nonsense things. No, that's all fake. Uh, the word of the Lord to Gideon. All right, George. Thank you. George and his family's having success using these methods for years now. And this is, like I said, it's all my copyrighted work. I'm the only one with proof of doing this. Other people, of course, I've been plagiarized. People have stolen my work and, are now ruining people's lives because they don't know anything. Everyone I see who's stolen my work hadn't even have a high school degree. And they're out there pretending like they know something and they're just destroying people's lives. It's really sad. Uh, but that's what happens to everyone. My recommendation is, hey, just say you wrote the Bible is way better than my stuff. Just doesn't have author, right? So just say you wrote that. It's better. Don't waste time on my work saying you wrote it or whatever. Anyway, I got copyrights for all my work. It's been under different names and different websites, and I have that all those names and so on uh, under each one. It's just so they're currently listed as these courses, like used to be the Debt Savior program and all these other SWIT book. And so you can slow down the video and look at all these details if you want to on each of these certificates uh, for the copyright notices. So. Does anyone else have proof of copyright notices, right? Their own outcomes, the students' outcomes? No, no one has that. Just here. J Baba Didi. All right. Yasmin. Oh, look. Got a good crew in here tonight. If you have any thoughts, question, whatever is going on in your life and this stuff or whatever, let's get into it. So, this whole thing started because the big crash, the planned crash of '07, '08, where they destroyed everything and took, just like the planned crash that they're having this year. They're starting this year, right? Let's just end this year with a little crash and then let's crash the rest of the year, right? So I did this crash. They got me good. They've got me a few times, but I've learned, you know. But I ended up homeless with nothing, lost my general contractor business. I was a licensed general contractor for, a couple decades longer. in different states and got my MBA and a master's in accounting, trying to be the best that I could be at it, right? Of course, we all got, the system's fake. Everything's set up, right? So, George, my family has advantage over some people because we've been studying this stuff for 30 years. Isn't that true, George? Knowledge is power. You have an advantage over others who don't have the knowledge, right? Uh, People are like, well, I'm really worried about, you know, using your trust. I'm like, well, you really haven't looked into it. You should really be worried about the entity you're using now. You know what I'm saying? Because you wake up overnight, it's like, oh, we needed to steal money out of your personal account. We have jurisdiction, so we didn't steal it. We made a law that's allowed us to take it. You know what I mean? So that's not stealing. It's like, yeah, but they can't do that with the trust. They didn't create it, so they can't take anything out of it, right? So what happened? I lived the American nightmare, right? They tell the American dream is you sell your soul to the devil, or they screw you over. That's the only thing going on here. And so they screwed me over, took everything I had, and put me on a picnic table, homeless. Finally got up to living in a car, got rid of all my, and then I could go to the library and figure out how to clear my credit, beat them on the debt, which I did, and I posted the proof of that. Check out the first 4 YouTube videos on this channel. You'll love it. Non-disclosure agreement, winning the checks, settlement agreement, all that. So then I was like, oh my God, I figured this out. And then so I began to show people over the years how to do that, and was very successful with a lot of people. But 2016, I finally figured out, because I was like, hey, how do I keep money, how do I keep it so they can't take it? Like they're such thieves, right? Their laws only apply to them, right? They don't apply the law to us, right? Every debt is collected illegally in the United States. Does the bank ever sign a document? No. There's no contract between the bank and anyone, so they're not due a penny. But they get foreclosures all the time, don't they? Why? Because they pay for the government, right? There's no separation between the banks and the government. No, government's fake. They don't exist, right? They're just the hoodlums that steal homes from people and force the illegal bankers, made up BS that they're owed money. Why would the government owe money? Why? How is that even possible? They print money. Where's the place where they owe someone? How is any country in debt? They simply print money. They would print money and they just pay for anything they buy. They make the dollars. Here we owe $500. Here we owe $5 billion. Just print more dollars. That's it. How could owing ever happen? It doesn't. It's a Ponzi scheme, right? So you get out of that jurisdiction of that whole thing, create a trust, can't be touched. They run a trust too. The guy we trust, that's their whole Ponzi scheme. But you could run a trust at the same level, bank at the same level. You don't have to run a Ponzi scheme. You don't have to be evil. You could just protect your family, your assets, your business, and so on. Totally legal to do that. You don't have to be evil. You could just follow the law and not be evil. They don't do that, of course, but it is possible to do that. George, hey John, there are other people on the internet saying their trust is better than your trust. I think they're just trying to bring dissension among the brotherhood. There's no brotherhood. That's fake. There is no one else. I'm the only one with proof. They're just a pack of liars ruining people's lives, right? Thieves that steal and then change it, not based on their outcomes or anything, just like thoughts they have or whatever, and then they pass those misunderstandings and lack of proof ideas on to other people and ruin their lives financially. Have no proof, haven't done anything. I've done 50 court cases against the bankers. Have they done any? Zero. Cowards. You want to work with a coward? 'Cause you're a coward? Off you go. You went to the right place. They're going to destroy your life. After you get some more money, after they destroy your life, come back to the guy with copyrights live twice a week, proof that he never screws with anyone, right? That everyone's happy, then come back to me, and then I'll work with you. Which happens to super many people, actually. It's a growing number of people at the school just get, wrecked by who George is bringing up. There's no brotherhood. That's fake. There is no brotherhood. You will know them by their fruits. I have my outcome. I have a decade of proof on YouTube. I posted everything unredacted. So there is no brotherhood. I have no one is my brother. I don't have that. No. I don't have any brothers. Unless they have fruit. You show me your fruit and your proof. Great. People that show testimonials in the school, my brothers, my sisters. That's who. That's who is. That's who is. That's it. That's who I can trust. They sign the trust. They have outcomes. They posted a testimonial because they wanted to help other people because they care about other people. And so those people, those are my brothers and sisters. All the rest of humans, they aren't. No, they only give a crap about themselves. They don't care about anybody else. No, the rest of them, they're not my brothers. No, there's no such thing as brotherhood. There's just the people that have entrusted everything to God, follow the law like I do, get treated like crap because you're honest and follow the law and you're with God, get treated worse than any other human, right? If you do this, you get treated horribly, right? Oh, you're a liar, you're crazy. I'm crazy because I don't pay taxes, or you pay taxes because you're a moron, because you're not intelligent, you have no proof, you never saw your accountant's taxes, but you're going to go with that, with what your TV said. No, I'm not like that. I don't have any brotherhood with anyone. I found this out is it works for everyone. People that do this, do a testimonial, my brothers and sisters. Just want to be clear about that, George. Right there. There is no, I never had any, I was trying to teach those people the truth, and so those people stole my work. Just absolute, soulless thieves. Who could do that? Who could do that? People, I guess, that, I don't know. They need their ego to feel a certain way. They feel they can't do anything in their life. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I focus on, what works for people and advancing the truth. And the only way to really advance the truth is by action. You had an outcome. Oh, hey, I found out this is true by something happening and me getting proof. Otherwise, you didn't find out anything. Now you just made up a story, your thoughts. Now, if you got proof of something that happened and you're willing to post it in public, that's great because that helps others, and then everyone can go, oh, that's true. You see? That's it. George, if somebody else had a better trust than you, would they go public, right? And talk to me, right? George, right? Wouldn't they? No, I'm never invited on any show ever, and no one on any channel, no podcast, no nothing. Right? They're all sold their souls, all of them. No one has an honest show out there. No one. No. I'm honest. I have proof. I have never found anyone with proof. There is no one else. I've looked for over a decade. I had a freaking radio show for 2 years searching for anyone with truth. I gave up. It's so annoying. I'm sure you're out on the internet, you're looking for proof, and it's like, God, it's like, I don't know. It's so many. It's like, it's impossible to describe. It's like, when you lay down in the sand or something, and you're wet, and you have it's just, they're infinite liars. Infinite. It's unreal. Anyway. Yes, George. Right? I mean, it's for an open conversation, right? Joe Schmo, hey, just tuned in. Does this trust work in every state? Yes, it does, Joe. Every state. No problem. Anywhere in the USA, every state, yes, it does. Good question. And territory, too. So if you're in Puerto Rico, the answer is yes. Yasmin, watching your mentor video, good. Very insightful, good. Yeah, the Stockholm Syndrome is deep, right? Takes a lot of. The only way to beat our programming, the Stockholm Syndrome, right? The Polly want a cracker, right? The parrot in a cage. We get told what to say, and then we repeat it. Polly want a cracker, Polly want a cracker, Polly want a cracker. It's like, yeah, but who told Polly wanted a cracker to begin with? You see what I'm saying? Maybe no one actually want a cracker. Who is Polly anyway? This whole, yes. Have you heard about the Private Membership Association? Yeah, I mean, yes, I've heard of them. You don't get an EIN, can't bank with it. not it's taxable, attached to your person. Just they're valueless, Valsman. I can't see any value in them. It's another one of those. Hey, guess what? There's this hidden thing that doesn't do anything. It's like, well, that's interesting. I have this rock right here. It doesn't do anything either. You know what I mean? It doesn't do anything for me. Even if you put it on a ring, it's like, that just looks like a rock. It's like, yeah, no, right? Got to be one of those shiny rocks so nobody goes for it. No, it doesn't do anything. So, yes, I've heard of it. Uh, George, the people's debt is the king's money, right? When the Scottish people explained to the King of England how debt works, everything changed. The king went, that sounds good. John say that they have a superior bank agreement. And that is true. I expect you to admit it and modify your paperwork. Nobody's perfect, but it irritates me when these people talk. Yes, no, it's true. The bank being there is no agreement with the bank, right? It's a one party. It's called unilateral agreement, right? It's like if you're the only one in agreement, you're like, I agree to wash the dishes every night. I just made that agreement with me, and I could be like, well, since it was agreement I made with myself, I agreed to not wash the dishes every night after dinner or whatever. You see what I'm saying? You're the only one involved. Just because, the word dishes was written in there, the dishes don't have a say-so. Just the bank was written in the paperwork, but they're not a party to the contract. They didn't sign anything. There's no meeting in the minds. Just because somebody mentioned dishes, that doesn't make you anything, right? I signed. I'll tell you what to do, bankers. And yet, no, the courts don't uphold that. They break the law. So courts are valueless. The government is fake. It's 100% fake. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's legalized slavery is all it is. It simply really fits the definition of slavery. Banking fits the definition of slavery, period. And every government is only in place to uphold that banker slavery. As they have nothing else, right? They don't do anything else. Nothing of value. Nothing of value that people couldn't do themselves. Nope. Nothing of value. I don't know, George. You got a lot of here, George. Right? I should take out Ron Reagan's picture off here. It's like that dude gets me irritated. Now I hear you, any president. Maybe that's what's doing it. I should switch slides. Willing to change? No, no. When I come to a different understanding, yeah, it changed. Yeah, totally. No, you are, George. You're helping people in the chat. Thank you. Okay, so let's go back into this. Thank you for all that feedback, everyone. George, thank you very much. So let's get into Ronnie, right? Ronnie, Rhonda. So Rhonda Reagan said, because this is someone who runs on a platform. I'm gonna totally change the IRS, everything. Everybody pays too much taxes. Everything's got to change. I'm making it super basic. I'm making it super easy. That's what Reagan says. And gets elected and then does this big study. And this is the outcome of the study right here. Here's the whole outcome of the study. They didn't change anything. I mean, they didn't change anything for the better. You know what I mean? But this is what Ronnie says. 100% of taxes that are collected are absorbed by interest on the federal debt. In other words, all individual income has individual tax revenues are gone before one nickel is spent on services taxpayers expect from the government. Your taxes only go to the Ponzi schemers, right? The made up, hey, there's a debt. Your taxes only go to the Ponzi scheme. Why? Because, like I said, the government prints money and pays for the services itself. It already does it. It just says, oh, we're also going to do this whole other Ponzi scheme where if you send us money, we don't get any of it because we print dollars for any government services. So, but the bankers who, put us all in place and pretend there's a government and fake vote counting, you have to fake vote counting. Voting is real. Vote counting, not real. Right? So they need that. They need that in place and on that, LOL, the Lord of Light box, the altar in every America is altar, right? They need that LOL, Lord of Light, coming through and explaining everything to them. So here's my disclaimer. A person, that corporate fiction, the straw man, has to pay taxes because it's a sub-corporation of the In God We Trust. But if you form your own trust, not taxable. Their In God We Trust isn't taxable. Neither is your trust. And that's the law. It's that simple. What do we got here? Joe. Thanks, John. No problem. Just wondering if it's harder in states like Colorado. No. There's no, a state is more difficult to open a trust. No. No, any state, piece of cake. Open. You could get it right now today. Make your appointment for tomorrow if you want to study tonight. Right? Go. Oh, I'm gonna go study tonight. But you could just reasonably. Okay. You make your donation tonight. You're like, oh, okay, I'm a student. And you study over the weekend, right? But tomorrow, Friday, right? You go, hey, make an appointment at your bank. I'd like to open a trust account. Could you? What times do you have available for Monday? And they'd be like, oh, this time or whatever. Or they're gonna say, email your trust documents. So you'd be like, okay. So you study over the weekend. You either go in Monday or email the documents Monday. You start it up. That's it. So. Yeah, any state, no problem. Joe, this way around everything, you can always find someone else as a big joke at the end of the day. That's funny, right? No, but honestly, no, any states, it's the exact same because you're getting an EIN. It doesn't have anything to do with any state. It has nothing to do with it. The banks go by an EIN of your trust documents. Nothing state-oriented about opening a trust. Not one single thing has to do with the state. Nothing. So Tim, hi to you. Hey, so I just got my EIN, printed my trust, and need a notary, but submitted an unsigned one for case for approval. Oh, okay. Why'd you do that? That's not going to be the same document. But you shouldn't do that. You should just send it in a notarized one. I mean, maybe they'll do it. I don't know. Say a prayer. When I send in my documents, I always say a prayer with it. My little errors, whatever. Make it work, But no, you should send it in notarized, okay? Because then they're going to have to make sure it's the same document, maybe. You see? So, no, once it's notarized, it's completed. You follow? Anyway. All right, Tim, I'll say a prayer for you anyway. Success for Tim. Jesus. George, I'm not sure about submitting yeah, no, I hear you. Yasmin, your Mastery Trust bundle and our calls with you have been instrumental. Jack, appointment with his bank has been initiated. Yay, Yasmin. Yasmin has the most wonderful family, and they are, it's just great to see a crew that's just in harmony and, moving forward into the truth and having a happier every day. They're just it's a great interaction. I agree, yes, but way to go. You're working hard, it's going well, and it will continue to do so. Well done. Tip, my ID is being renewed. Oh, I got you, Tip. Well, that's cool. Like I said, I said a prayer for you. Anyway, they may just have you submit it again. They'll only have you submit it again to be notarized if they liked it in the first place, so it's fine. Good job. Joe. No problem. Happy to help. No, ask any question, any thoughts that come up. Thank you, Joe. Anyone, bring them up. That's why I'm here. That's why I go live. What's on your mind? Why? How could you not be doing this? It's so fun. You don't give the government anything. They give you a bunch of money. What? That's the bottom line. Thank you. Yeah, hey. No problem. Plus, not only is that about debt, right? The income we trust is only registered in the state of Pennsylvania. It's not registered in another state, so it can't act as a financial institution in any way. So dollars are actually used illegally everywhere outside of Pennsylvania. In fact, it's not licensed as a financial institute in Pennsylvania either. At least it's registered at the Secretary of State. But dollars are actually used according to the laws of the United States illegally in the United States. So, you know, just saying. Go look it up. Go watch some of my videos on the topic. A jet helicopter, right? Running on air. I like the fuel costs, right? No maintenance on those suckers either. Uh, Alex, good to have you. Okay, so here we go. Secrets about having a trust, right? Anyone, you can protect any asset. It doesn't matter what it is. It's a free process. Once you learn how to do this, right, we teach you, but it's a free process you can repeat. You don't need to be a lawyer or anything. We give you all the, just step by steps, easy training, the paperwork, everything. There's nothing that you have to bring to the table except for what you already know. So we made it a really short process. Get a shortcut. Just go ahead and do it. We made it really, really easy for everyone. They leave multiple ways out, George. I haven't found another, but Tim, I'm cranking through the trading on 2 times speed. Good, Tim. Way to go. Keep up the great progress. I'm here if you need me. When you log into the school, right, and your courses are in there, on one side it says a classroom. That's a private online forum, okay? Just a separate login, but it's only your homies, the other students, and I'm the monitor in there. So that's a whole wealth of information in there, questions, or, go look by index, the topic you're into, whatever. So much good info in there. That's free. That comes with it, okay? With your school. It's, I mean, I don't even know what to say about it. It's like the image up here on, up right here. It's a mountain of information. It really is. It's wonderful. So, no, right, George? Get out of the system and just follow their rules. Follow the wealthy elite way, right? No. Who's going to give you a hard time? Nobody, because otherwise that'd mess up their methods. So what can you put in your trust? You can put your money, you can have a bank account, you can have a Schwab account, right, for securities, whatever. You could have a Bitcoin account, right, crypto accounts, whatever. You could also have for any title, right, go down to DMV, you could use your trust, your vehicle could go in it, your boat, your mobile home, your anything that has a title, any heavy equipment, tractor trailer, you name it, anything down there, you can put in your trust. Any real estate could go in the name of a trust, and then you could go through the application process for no real estate taxes. Any business can be tax-free. I get tired of saying this, I really do. Could you imagine having a business after I've been posting proof that no business needs to pay any IRS taxes since 2016? I've been posting proof, okay? Can you imagine that someone operates a business in the United States in this day and age and pays IRS taxes or reports IRS taxes after I've been showing this for this long? My proof, dozens of testimonials. Can you even imagine that someone is still doing that? How is that possible? I don't get it. How could you say you're a business person? It's like, okay, you could immediately add to your bottom line all the time and money for the IRS, switch your accounting from tax accounting to reporting taxes to switching to cost or managerial accounting, which is about, am I making money? What could do more than getting this trust? Nothing you could do in your business could help your business more than getting this trust. Nothing. Not one thing. This is forever. This benefits you forever. Okay, this is free and fast to do. It doesn't cost anything to do this. You create the documents, the EIN get for free. It's easy. Really, it's step by step. It's super easy. You simply, you know, make your donation, you log in, you do the training, you read it, you watch the video. Oh, that's the document. Print it out, get your EIN, make your appointment, go to the bank. That's it. You got your trust. And that's all it took. You don't have to be an expert or anything, okay? You just have to be in America. That's it. You got an ID of any kind in America. That's what it takes. Go to the bank with your ID. Woo, that's it. John, when you mentioned helicopters hovering by once in a while by your house, you're joking right now. Of course not. You just happen to live where they fly by. Oh, okay. I guess maybe that's it. If I go to the beach, every time a helicopter comes. Not every single time, but almost. If I go, I'm in my home 4 or 5 times a day. If I travel anywhere, I usually see a helicopter, or I have a police escort behind, in front of me, or uh, what do you call it? Fire people, right? I call it a parade, right? They keep 6 feet plus, whatever. They're supposed to keep an eye on me. You sign the trust. They are actually supposed to watch over you, the watchers, right? In the Book of Enoch, these creatures are, they're not, they're subhumans. They have a subhuman trust, and they're subhumans. They won't bend the knee. They won't be honest. They lie constantly. They're just prey and predator. We're the prey. Gotta pray. They're the predators, right? Different. There are different types of fish. There are different types of birds. There are different types of dogs. There are different types of cats. There are different types of ants. There are different types of elephants. I mean, do I have to go on and on and on about the? I mean, why do you think they make it so people have to wear clothes? Right? They have to, because otherwise you see that there. Wait a minute, there aren't just two genitalia. Wait a second, what is going on here? They're eunuchs. What's all this plastic surgery creepy weirdness? Come on. It just goes on and on. If you want that information, that's in the inner circle. It comes in the bundle. All the hidden truth about everything. I just reveal it all. Why? I went up against it 50 times. It's like Westworld. They can't kill you. Once you know the truth, they can't do anything to you. And so then it's incumbent upon the one who knows that to gather more information to help your fellow slaves, right? My other sheep friends who I care about, because they're like, yeah, you're a slave over there, sheep. I got the gate open. Just all you do is waltz right through over here. Uh, I got proof. No one else has proof. Like, come please. I'm one of you sheep. I'm not saying I'm better than you. I'm saying bah, right? I'm over here on this side of the fence. You're in there. Come on over. That's all I'm saying. I'm not better than you. I'm not nothing. No, I simply figured it out. I got through a hole in the fence here. Accountant. Loophole, right? Come through the loophole. That's what counts do. What are you talking about? I got proof. I'm an accountant. I got proof. I got the degrees. I got, a decade, literally a decade of YouTube proof. Okay? How can you be the least bit concerned about anything that I'm doing? You should be concerned about what you're doing, right? I put it in LLC. Well, that's created under them. They could just make a rule tonight. Oh, well, we emptied the LLC's accounts because, LLC blah blah. And you're like, they'll just be like, no, what? They can say anything now. They can say anything to do anything they want. But they can't say anything and get the trust. Go look at the proof. Go look at the videos. Go look at Jared's testimonial. June 6th. On our channel. Search my channel. Look at June 6th. Right? Jared, his person, he gets sued and gets a judgment. Then you're judgment proof with this truth. And with this trust, right? It's so wonderful. Gets a judgment. Writes his bank, right? The lawyers write his bank where he has a trust. He shows all the documents for this, okay? Go watch. And they write him, hey, we got this judgment paperwork. Give us the money, right? To the bank. You know what the bank writes back? He shows every document. What? You have fear. I have proof. Okay, go watch the proof. Here's what the bank writes back. Nope. Jared doesn't have any money here. Why do you have his trust account there? It's not his. Own nothing, control everything. not his. You're just trustee. Ha ha. You beat him. What? You smoked him. Pew! Bow. The human race is over. That's my joke, right? The human race is over. I won. And guess what? You could win too. It's great. Oh. Uh, do you not get hassled by anyone? I started doing stuff in the year 2000. I never bothered ever. Yeah, sometimes helicopter fly over my house, but I don't take it personal. I figure it's just a regular flight path. uh, I can tell you stories, right? No, what happens on the everyday is you get to see reality, but it doesn't stretch you out anymore. They're powerless. Whatever. Go run your little parades and games. No one cares. No one cares. Whatever. It doesn't. There's nothing to be concerned about. Quite the opposite. They seem to be very concerned that you are well taken care of and not agitated. That's what I get from them. They don't want me back in court. They've asked me very nicely. The last judge I saw face to face, not on a Zoom stuff, but I still, you know. But hey, the judge says, "Listen, Mr. McCagg, all of the judges of Sarasota County gathered and discussed you." I'm like, "Oh, that's nice," and we would like you to please not do any more lawsuits. I'm like, if you're going to be nice about it and not, give me any more hassles ever from any of you, fine. And they don't. So whatever. Right? Everybody knows that the debt is fake. Okay, great. I don't have to come down here anymore. You're going to not mess with me. Just going to fly over from, 1,000 feet. I don't care about that. Whatever. Right? That's nothing. Yeah. Oh, fine. You're not going to come after me. I won't come after you until I decide. No problem. It's just funny. These days, I would believe George. Just the past 2 years, I had no idea how big all the lie was. No, it's a giant lie. Everything's fake, Joe. Literally everything you've been told since your birth is fake. All of it. It's sad to waste. What kind of a creature wastes all their efforts telling lies? That's not human. How could you be so heartless to just lie to everyone? That's not human. That's not human behavior, period. It's not human behavior. Subhuman. Virtual court meeting. Oh yeah, you did see that, right? Yeah, no, I just like, I just, I don't always post every detail about court documents, everything, because, and so on, but I'm like, who posts on YouTube their court proceeding? Literally not a single other human being. I'm the only one. I just create such a, it, it's really, if you look at it, I'm probably the most documented human. I've put up so much proof of my life with documents and so on. You'd be hard pressed to find another human that is actually more documented than myself in any respect. So yeah, that's what level of proof I have. And then backed up with all the testimonials of students and so on. Actually, it's hard to say really if there's a more documented human living. Who would that be even? It's hard to think, honestly. It's strange once I think about it, right? Oh, you're alive and you're in. That's right. The PSC banker is moving to Chase and staying in the press department. Oh, nice. He gave me his personal cell. Oh, and he said, "Come to Chase." Oh, I'm already there with another trust. Boom. Look at you. Now, listen, these creatures are trying to earn their wings. And, they're supposed to be serving the humans. They're supposed to be, doing that. But are they? They should be if they don't want a bad day come Judgment Day, right? They should be. But they have to be notified sometimes. I strongly notify them. I try to do it as politely but directly as possible. I can't say that I have one shred of paces left for them or pretty much hardly anybody after doing all this. I just don't. They just lie every step of the way. And so if you don't know the truth of what they're actually saying, right? They have this code speak of what they're, you know, they talk in symbols and numbers, okay? They just do. That's their secret hidden language besides, what they speak in hell, which I've heard them speak too, which is the creepiest utterance you'll ever hear. Uh, yes, there is a little spiritual fortitude goes along with it. That's well said, George. Thank you very much. Dee Dee plans to ask questions. Always a good plan. That is the plan. Just ask them questions. Oh, you have a question? Well, that makes me have a question for you. Right? Anyway, no one needs any skills. We took out all the time of doing this. We made it easy. You just, we watch the trading, you just follow it. It's a piece of cake, okay? It's really not hard. The old way of doing it, right? You need to get a statutory agent, a CPA, a lawyer, what have you. Give them a whole pile of money on the hourly, and then a fee to the IRS and apply for 501c3 status, which won't be non-reporting, and which can be taken away at any time. And so you got to, spend all this money, all this time, wait several years to see if you get approval, resubmit. Almost everybody has to resubmit all this hours and years, and so on goes by. And then if you don't do exactly what they say in your business, they'll just take away your 501c3 status. Well, they can't do that with this. You get it with the EIN, and that's it. It never gets taken away for any reason. It can't be. So this has worked for everyone. Everyone in America. You can't be like, oh yeah, but. Yeah, no, but it's just your programming in your head. I have proof, the truth, and you have what your TVs tell you some stuff, right? And that's all. So this is a private common law irrevocable ecclesiastical trust. It's non-reporting 501c3 status, right? Protects your assets. It makes you, your corporate fiction, the straw man, judgment proof. No money can be taken from you anymore. It's all in the trust. It's not mine. Ha ha. Yeah, it's a hack. It beats the system. I didn't create it. They did. The wealthy elite did. But I just found it out. You could also apply for no real estate taxes. I posted the proof last time the helicopter money came, right? Oh, we get the jab in the arm. We're paying, 666, buddy. PPP. Oh, yeah, PPP. Let's call PPP not. We won't do it beer upside down, 666, buddy. But hey, you want the money. We have the information on how to do that. You have to create the proper credit profile for your trust, so it comes with all your trading, right? Get the bundle deal, comes in there. I don't want questions. I want you to get the helicopter money, right? Come on, a helicopter comes over my house. It's like you got money. Sometimes, oh good, they keep flying. Well, I don't care. No tax liability, right? Non-reporting 501c3 status. I love it. Yeah, yeah, I want to see first time somebody has this. Yeah, that's the funny thing. Nobody has this trust. Not only George, it's great. Not only does nothing happen to anyone that has this trust, but no one dies either. And it really got me like, like curious. So I read the New Testament finally. I'm like, oh shoot, eternal life. And people are thinking, oh, well, that means da da da. Nah, don't mean what he can't. Eternal life is pretty easy to know what that means. Yeah, sign the trust, can't be killed. I mean, I've tried my hardest. I have no. I've already been to the other side. I already know Jesus is real. I already know all that. I have no reason to take a breath. Don't want to. Life is not for me. I don't want to be here. And so I try to, with my death, uncover this whole Ponzi scheme of the banker with my 50 court case. I go down there every time they're going to kill me for sure. I don't have to do this anymore. I'm so stoked. They never kill me. They can't draw a gun. They tried. Okay? They have tried to murder me many times. Right? Just come up the cops and so on, but their arm is frozen solid. They can't lift the gun. I'm like, it was weird. Maybe they didn't know. It's so strange, but I wish I had some video of that. But now I know, and every time I interact with any cop, the first thing I do, first thing you got to train yourself to do this. Every time. Pull out your phone, turn on the camera, video, boom. What do? Walk away. They're like, how is that going to help their career? It's not. They just walk away. They go, have a good day, sir. And that's it. That's the only thing I get on camera with them. That's the only thing I've ever gotten. Have a good day, sir. Oh boy, that's such a right feeling when you get it too. Anyway, let's keep going. Trust is separate from you, your person, right? So, it's not mine. Hey. So anything that happens to your person, your straw man, doesn't affect your trust. There are so many different trust types. All these weird names for trust and so on that all the lawyers and CPAs, try and dish out all these taxable, creepy trusts that are horrible. All revocable trusts are, let's not call them illegal, but they're tax scams, according to the IRS, because it's like, oh, I'm going to put myself in the trust, but I could revoke that and put it back in a taxable entity. That'd be the stupidest thing ever, and that's the only kind of trust that a lawyer or an accountant is handing out, a revocable trust. It's pure evil. They're doing it because they got taught to do it, but, after how many years did they become a culpable idiot? They should have looked into it, right? They didn't. How long has my proof been out there? How long can they say, oh, I didn't know? Come on. How long can you say that? This trust is different because it's not created as a subcorporation of the Iga We Trust. It's a trust on the same level. You follow? Iga We Trust. It's a trust. It could say Iga We Bank, but it doesn't. It says Iga We Trust, right? A bank owns your ass. You not get that? As a sheep, literally, as a farm animal, okay? Owed you. Unless you got a countervailing document. And that's what this trust is. You sign it. Oh, I'm not with we anymore. Not with the devil. Hey, great. Guess what? You can't be killed. Can't be taxed. Etc. 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 There's no similarity with this trust and other trusts. None. And you're like, oh, well, this sounds all too good to be true. Well, it might be too good to be true for you, because you might be like, oh, I can't believe it. It's like, well, if you can't believe it, I can't help you. Right? I can't help you if you can't accept the truth and proof. I can't help you. What am I supposed to do if I can't show you the truth? The wealthy elite have shown me this, have shown you this. Go look it up. Right? Ted Kennedy, Chappaquiddick. Hey, hop in the car. We're drunk. I'm drunk anyway. I got a young lady in here. Let me just drive off the bridge. I'll murder her. I got power, right? Yay. I'm a sadist. Oh, yippee. Life is great. And so I'll pay for a good lawyer. No criminal charges. But her family got a judgment from the Kennedys, the wealthy Kennedys, right? Guess how much they get paid on their judgment? Zero. Because the Kennedys own nothing, control everything, all their money's in a trust. Well, we don't have a penny. Go look it up. That's the law. I didn't make this up. I did not. Why would I make up an evil system where there's a back door for all the wealthy elite? I didn't do that. They did that. But you could use the same back door. That's what an account does. Hey, guess what? I got a door open. Everybody fly through, right? What did Vice President of the United States, right? Nelson Rockefeller, the secret to success is to own nothing and control everything. Oh, well, that's not cryptic and evil or anything. Wait, what? Rockefellers operate trusts. So, I mean, come on, they're the ones known for it. Trump, right? Dumped a huge trust on Trump from Trump's, next generation up, shall we call them? and all this, high end real estate in New York, high rent payments and everything, just huge assets and a huge revenue stream. And then goes out and builds all these other businesses, gets a huge amount of credit, takes all that credit and drops it into the trust and be like bankrupts all these other corporations all the time and just putting assets of money and real estate into his main trust and just continuing to grow it. That's perfectly legal to do. Totally legal, all out in the open. Go research it. I teach you how to do it, right? And then we got Rabbit Ward Buffet, right? The Rabbit Ward. Uh, Come to the buffet, right? I create war. The war buffet. Thanks. I create war. Just can you imagine to be wealthy is to be evil. Period. The American dream is what? To have a wealthy elite's head mounted in every living room right now. We can't do that. Although that's of course moral, ethically correct, right? To murder the wealthy, right? Because it's pure evil to be wealthy, right? That is the definition of evil, to be wealthy. And so we're morally and ethically would have to murder them all if we don't have a savior, right? We have a savior. It's a pre-planned thing. We can get over on them. I give you these skills in the meantime, and they have Judgment Day coming. That's in the inner circle. Comes with your work, right? Or catch a hey, we are free, right? We're free. We're not free of the body. We're not free of the dough, but we're going to be free on Judgment Day, right? 11 years. So where Buffet doesn't mind saying, hey, uh, I don't know how to pay less in taxes than my secretary. I'm not calling her stupid or nothing, but isn't that implied in my quote? Isn't it? Yeah, you're pretty evil there, Warren. The war. I have no income, meaning my person has no income. Therefore, the government gives me a whole bunch of free money. Yay! Thank you. Finally, I like you. Well, let's not use the word like. I dislike you. Maybe less. Maybe. Maybe on some days. Maybe. Right? Follow our Savior. I got the hair for it. Thankfully. Otherwise, I'd become confused. There's no one else is saving anyone up in here. But he's got a day coming. But he's always got great hair. And my hair sucks. So that's how you can tell the difference. I'm not him. Totally not him. The hair, no. It's like, look at that guy. He ain't got great hair. I had blonde hair when I was young, but it's like, nah. He ain't the guy. uh, oh, your kid had somebody chasing him in a car the other day with a gun, and the guy was going to shoot him because the guy was crazy, and a state policeman came out between their cars. George, I told you, can't be killed. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. I'm glad your son had that experience. But here's the thing, he's going to need to have that experience repeated in different ways until he realizes why it's happening. You see what I'm saying? You have to realize, oh my God, I can't be killed. You know what I mean? Until you know that as an absolute fact from experience, one or multiple experiences like I've had, and now your son has had one, until you had multiple experiences, right? That you realize, wow. And you like internally know for a fact because your internal can be read, right, by them and God and everything. Until you know it for a fact, then the Truman Show is forced to repeat, these skits like your son was given to prove his status. You see what I'm saying? The skits must repeat until the internal knowledge is like cemented in there. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's going to knock you off the truth. So I'm glad he had that experience, George. That's great. And he needs to, tell his God, hey, thank you. I get it now. Or else he'll wait till I'll repeat. Don't ask for a repeat. Just go, okay, thank you. I get it. I can't be touched. Can't be harmed. And thank you for sharing that, George. Really, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm really, this work that I'm, you know, I don't. I'm obviously I'm not God. I'm a servant, right? Like you, I'm aspiring to be a servant of God as best as I can. That's all I am. That's all who I am, right? I'm no more than that. That's all who we are. That's our most elevated status is servant. I know that's all I am. I'm trying to serve you all and whoever wants the truth. I'm just trying to be. I'm just. That's all I got. Servant. So after a decade, I made this easy. I made it free, and I made it quick. Come on, you got to jump in and get this done, right? Don't use the statutory ages stuff, right? Don't do it that way. Make your own trust. Keisha is my nickname. Oh, that's right, Keisha. Keisha, I love your Keisha. I always say your name, Keisha. I always say your name wrong. I always screw that up. And then every time I'm like, you have a great name, and I mess it up every time. Like I give you such a crappy name, and your name is wonderful, and I have to say that every time. I'm like, apparently the memories fade a tad. In the file where Keisha should be like slammed in there and easy to access, not going well, and I apologize for that because it's such a bomb ass name. My God, Keisha. Oh, wish I had a great name like that. It's so good. Les, thank you again, Chuck. No problem with my health insurance. Yay! I was able to have my eye surgery this week. What? Almost 2020. Come on. I show my insurance card and no questions asked. Yes! Clear vision, right? Oh my God, I love it. I see the truth now. Oh, that's. I don't even know what to say. I mean, God is great. You know what I mean? I we're getting watched over. We're doing the best at watching over ourselves, and that's why I recommend getting the classroom wherever your homies are. In the private forum. These great things are happening to so many different people that are sharing them. Think about sharing that in there too, and what you said, George, too. It's amazing. It really is. Sometimes even I'm overwhelmed by just the things that happen to myself or others. It's only good stuff. It's it's past fascinating. It is a true revelation to have this trust and live this way. It's a revelation on the daily, and it has these big, like climax points where you get vision. 2020. What? I love it. Les, I couldn't be happier for you. Thank you for sharing that. Yes. Keisha. Keisha, Keisha, Keisha. All right, so love you too, Keisha. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you, Keisha. I'm going to practice my Keishas. Good to get it. Keisha, Keisha, Keisha. Good to George, I need your help on this one. Don't let me mess up Keisha's name again. You're good at stuff right here. Let's get Keisha's name right finally. Help me out with that. Uh, George and I will both work on it. Okay, so the old way of having a trust, right, is a lawyer or CPA starts it, you apply all this stuff, and then what? It's taxable, right? Or it's a tax scam. You're already in trouble with the IRS if you use a CPA or a lawyer to start a trust. Or you do it yourself, private. Private, in regards to your trust, simply has this one meaning, okay? You started it yourself. You didn't use a public agent, an agency that, CPA, lawyer, Secretary of the State, whatever. None of those licensed agent of the income we trust was used. You did it yourself. That's what private means. And it also means non-statutory has the same meaning. Okay, so here's the code that allows this in the IRS. 508C1A allows for this non-reporting 501c3 status, right? It says you have to. New New organizations must notify the Secretary that they are applying for a recognition of Section 501c3 status, except as provided in subsection C. Okay. Oh, so C1A. There's mandatory exceptions. In other words, what did it just say? You have to apply to get 501c3. That's applying, right? Apply. You have to are applying. You don't have to apply if you have what? These things right here. Church. Oh, okay. Yeah, churches they get automatic tax free. Okay, they're integrated auxiliaries. Another church. Conventions, not a church, and association of churches. Church, not church. Church. What's a convention? An agreement between two parties. The two parties that you hold in the trust. The two parties are trustee and grantor. That's the law. And so trust fits this definition. Here's what it says here about reporting. That the same word for word, right? A convention, it doesn't, what does it say? It doesn't have to file a Form 1023 to be exempt from federal income tax. It doesn't have to. Yeah. Doesn't have to. And over here, even the SBA takes the time to say, the bankers at the government, right? SBA, the helicopter money crew. Boop, 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 boop. They run it in helicopter money. So what does it say? This is two questions in one. The second question, right, because number 3 has two questions. This is off the faith-based organization FAQ put out by the SBA during EIDL and PPP. This is on page 2. You can look it up right now. Still out there, PDF. Pop. Google, hit the link, and this is what pops up. So the second question is about organizations, not churches. The first one's about churches, right? But the second question says, do organizations have to request and receive tax-exempt status or just meet the requirements of 501c3 status? Wow. Here's the second, right? Second question, so the second answer. Such organizations are not required to apply to the IRS to receive tax-exempt status. See 508C1A. That's it. That's it. That's all there is. That's all there is to it. It's so simple. So I have no income, meaning my person, my strongman. But people have no income. They can't. It's against the law. Or you can't open a bank account as a human. They're like, let me see your corporate fiction. Let me see your strawman. What's your 9-digit number? What's your LLC? What's your 9-digit number? What's your name? All that stuff. People can't own anything. They run corporations, and so those corporations control assets, right? So the best type of a corporation to have is this trust. It's non-taxable, can hold assets, do anything you want with the money. There are no limitations, whatever, and you don't tell anyone what, you don't report, okay? So that means your person, now you have two corporations. You have this non-taxable trust, so you have your person. That person is a corporate entity created on the EGAWI trust, and now it has nothing, so it gets all the benefits. You want me to say I, me, my, for this corporate fiction? Yeah, okay, I have no money. I want all the money you got at the government. I'm homeless, I have no food. What do you got? Yeah, that's the trick. It's a hack. Give me all the money you got. That's the rules, that's the law, and I'm not paying you any taxes. Okay, sweet, right? That's the hack. Totally legal. We are in the world, but not of the world. Isn't that right, George? So true. Joe, if the IRS questions and tries to make you prove you have 501c3, you don't. You have 501c3 status. The 508c1A allows the 501c3 status. You could show the trust document, but after 8 years, and me being as public as possible about this, the IRS has not notified anyone about anything. So why would they notify anyone? Who are they gonna? I'd be like, oh well, did the EGAWI trust have to do that? They don't want to answer questions about the EGAWI trust. No. You haven't approved EIN is enough proof. That's right. That's right. It's not enough proof, Joe, honestly. But 8 years of proof of my proof and other students, yeah, that's enough proof, right? That's enough proof for anyone, right? Sure, all the rest of the code and the rules and all that stuff I show, that should be enough proof. I didn't even actually investigate any of the code, any of the rules, or any of that. I didn't do any of that, honestly. I just got an EIN with a trust and went into Chase one day and opened it up. And the devil walked in and offered me $485 million to my face not to open that trust. That proved to me that thing was dead on, baby. Yeah, I didn't know anything about this tax code or any of that stuff. I was just switching my affiliation. That came afterwards. Then I was like, oh, look at all this code stuff that came along with it. So, yeah, just walk straight in there. Another to the death moment for me. I don't know how many of those I've initiated. Got to be at least 100, where my sure death was a for sure fact. Only thing is, here I am again. So, good question, Joe. Good question. Yeah, yeah. No, you should. People should read. That's why I bring up the code. 6033 is the non-reporting part of it. So 6033. You could look up that one. It's word for word the same stuff. So now that your person has nothing, you, as everybody likes to say, I, me, mine, this is my person, this is my license, this is my birth certificate, this is my social security card, and none of that stuff's yours. This is pieces of paper about a corporation which you run. They're not yours. So come on. You're just running that thing. So you optimize it. You give it no assets, nothing. You just give it a great credit. That's it. You don't give that thing anything else. That it qualifies for all the free government everything. Like SSI. Hey, you made me insane. I got PTSD, right? After you treat me like a slave. Where's my $851 a month? That's it. Or SSD. I got a back pain up here that never goes away because you treat me like a slave up here. You tell them the details of reality and get approved. That's right. At least $851 a month doesn't hurt. It keeps going up with CPI index. That's going through the stratosphere. Well, if anything did. It'll bounce off the stratosphere. Bounce off the dome. EBT, right? Free $3,000 a year. That's $1,000 more than the course bundles together works. Free food is $1,000 more. Just that one single hack. That ain't even taxes. Free cell phone I got. That's pretty good. They give you a free smartphone, but you could use your own. I like an iPhone. And I had my own number, and now I don't get a bill, ever. Unlimited free service, unlimited everything for the government. Thank you. You can get free or discounted internet. There's state and local freebie things like free electricity, free health insurance. Thank you, Les, for just going into how that works. Free housing, free college, free graduate school, better credit. I mean, all this comes with a trust. How could people not be doing this? I can't imagine why people don't do this. I really can't. Like, I have this much proof and so many people's proof now. Why are people doing this? Why isn't everyone just like, oh my God, I changed my whole life. This is so easy. Thanks for the money. No IRS taxes, no filing, no business taxes, no personal taxes. Hooray. And you could apply for no property taxes. You could apply for no sales taxes. I teach you how to no jab in the arm, paperwork that goes with that. No jail or detainment at all, like George was saying. In fact, they protect you instead. No crypto taxes, no inheritance taxes. Those are a piece of cake. And like I was saying before, too, no business in the United States needs to be paying any income taxes or reporting to the IRS. That's the easiest thing of any of this to fix. It takes the shortest amount of time to fix that. Any business, all you do is open up a trust, change your payment gateway, that's it. You're done. Unless you got an invoice, maybe you got to do a DBA to match your invoice, or change your invoice to say your customers pay blah blah trust. That's it. And your business is tax free. That's it forever. Any your business, any business is tax free. That's it forever, right? Any of them. however many businesses you have. George, you're receiving supernatural things, right? Always found for government be honorary if you give notice, right? They'll honor your notice. That's right. Only thing that matters to the whole world is what to do when you're all alone and there's no one to help. If you can be a man, stand up by your principles. Well, we have a savior. You stand with your savior. Stand together. Or Keisha got it right. How do we get the paperwork to be exempt from the jab? It's in the mentor program. Go look it up. You are exempt from the jab. And I just tell you how to operate it and which piece of paper to give them. That's it. You're already exempt from it once you sign the trust, but then I show you how to do it. It's under vaccine. Go look it up in the Metro program. It's a video. Go look it up. I don't want to give out not every detail. You know what I'm saying? I gave you every detail and the paperwork, everything in there. So I don't want to just tell you sort of how to do it. It's in the mentor program. Works 100% of the time. Piece of cake, easy. Okay? That's right in there. But good question. Or Keisha. I got it. Haha. I'm there. I'm there tonight. Remind me again if I screw it up. Oh, Ron and Heather are here. Oh, boop. Love you both. Ron and Heather. Yay. The old school. The OGs. What's up? San Diego. Put my father's houses in the trust. Yay. My father's greedy cousin, who is a trustee of my father's trust, continue, right? Oh, right? Yeah. What is it say in the Bible? Jesus said, "Oh, I come with a sword to divide families." Yeah, so good. Got to divide the wheat from the chaff. But yeah, my dad's cousin tried to sue me for putting a cloud title in his show. Also, he wanted 100K after going to. People think this isn't real. People think this isn't real. Rod, I'm so glad you had that experience. There's a passage in the Bible in Acts of the Apostles. I want you to look this up, okay? You're gonna like it. I told people about this a couple weeks ago on here. I swear. Uh, so Jesus comes. He does this thing, right? That's explained in the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, okay? And then he dies on the cross and so on, okay? Then after that in the Bible, in the New Testament, this thing called Acts of the Apostles. It's like, Jesus is like, there you go, humans. Now let's see how you do, apostles. I told you, you're in charge. And so I mean it. And so the apostles, they took that super serious, right? Super serious. And this relates to this trust so directly. George pointed this out. He's the first one that pointed it out without me saying it, and he got it. And I really like that he did it. But I'm gonna continue with this. So the Acts of the Apostle, Jesus said, "Give me everything. Give all, and I will give you eternal life." That's what he said, right? Give me all, and I will give you all, right? I'll give you eternal life. I'll be your God. I'll watch over you. Everything. That's what he said, and it's true. And so these people would come to the apostles, right? And they bring literally everything they have. They sell everything, they get some money, and they come and they give it to the apostles. The apostles are sitting there, and they'd have people come in front of them one by one, and they say, "Here's everything I have." And they were building a church and watching over for everyone, making sure the assets were distributed to the most needy and so on like that. That's what they did. So this husband and wife own a piece of property. They sell it, and they take the money and they set some aside, and then they bring the rest of the money down to the apostles. And so I think it was Peter, he has them, I forget who it was, but he had them come in one at a time, right? One at a time, come into this room. The husband comes in first, and he says, "Is this everything? Are you giving us everything?" The husband lies and says, "Yes, this is everything." And he said, "Listen, are you sure it's everything? I don't want anything bad to happen to you, right? just, if it's everything, say it's everything. If it's not everything, don't say it's everything. And so the guy said, no, it's everything. Drops dead on the spot. Right there in that room, drops dead on the spot. That instant, that second. Next person that comes in the room, the wife. Same questions, right? She's like, no, no, this is everything. Are you sure? Are you they don't ask once. Are you sure? Are you sure it's everything? And what happens? Drops dead on the spot. Right there in that second. Pow! Dead on the spot. See, this trust and trust everything to Jesus. You hold nothing back. Don't have a personal account open. I say that. Hold nothing back. Put everything in. God will watch over you. Just like George said, and so on. Now, if you hold something back, that's all you, right? But if you don't hold anything back, well, what happens to your enemies, right? This is real. This is, you know, it's no laughing matter. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's so crazy, super serious. Do you have any idea of the burden I carry to bring this to you all? Do you have any idea? You have no idea. None of you could ever possibly have any concept of what, I have to deal with for bringing this to you on the daily. No idea. Like these, this is the first death we'll be hearing about. You follow me? In fact, everyone else, except for anyone, you can't just sign the stress either. You have to do it, right? You can't just go in front of the apostle and say, no, no, this is everything. No, you have to give everything. You have to put everything in that trust. You have to watch over it as best as you can, because what? It's not yours anymore. It's not gonna. I say, make your children beneficiaries. Are they your children anymore? No, and they never were. You're their steward. They're God's children. You didn't create them. What, are you kidding me? You made an eyeball? Make another one right now. You didn't make that eyeball. Come on. No way, right? And so we're stewards. We do our best. We give everything back to God. Here, you can have everything here. I don't want anything here. I want an eternal life with you. That's it. That's the deal. And this trust allows that to happen. And you can still continue your life, still, pay bills, and still do all of that. And fit that rule in the Bible. You see? And it played out exactly like it's written. Exactly. I didn't make these rules. I didn't make this system. I didn't make any of this up. None of it. I'm simply here saying, no, these are the strictest rules. Fear the devil. The devil is your adversary. If you can't overcome the devil, come on, that's on you. Who should you fear? The one enforcing this whole thing. Come on. You don't fear God. You don't fear Jesus. Yeah, Jesus loves you so, but you don't fear, you're not concerned about what could happen if you don't follow his rules. Man, you should be concerned. You should really concern yourself with only that and nothing else, you see? Anyway, Ron and Heather, I would really love a testimonial about that. I really will. I'm starting a new platform, a church and a ministry school, okay? I can't do everything on this school, but I'm going to bring everything over there. Those kind of testimonials and that proof is what I'm going to. I get you out of tax here, and I'm getting you out of death. I'm literally going to say that. I'm getting anyone out of death. What? It's real. It's real. And I got the proof. And this is just more proof. Anyway, Ron, please trust Jack McKay. Listen to him. He loves God. He serves God. He has proof. Thank you, Ron. And your family is watching. Can you imagine the people that are plagiarizing their work and telling a bunch of people a bunch of BS that's not true? And what horrible things happening to them? I mean, come on, this is copywritten. I did this for real. I gave everything to God. It works. Can't be killed. I showed the proof, and it works for everyone. I didn't make any of this up. You see what I'm saying? I'm just following the rules that exist here. I don't do anything else. I'm like, nope, don't do that. Like I had one. I'm gonna tell this. This has meaning. God, this is a rough one. But that was a rough one there too, Ron and Heather, that you had to go through. I love you too, man. I'm so happy for you. Listen, I've told people about me getting the offer from the devil, so I told everybody. So a younger student of mine, he's goes through the coursework, listens to what I say and stuff, and then later, a couple months I haven't heard from him or whatever. A little time goes by, he writes me, "Hey, I got a great offer for a new job." I'm like, "Oh, really?" It's to be a private lender. I'm gonna have all this money at my advantage, and I can lend privately. It's very lucrative. I'm like, how is that offer any different than the offer I got? He's like, no, I'll be a lender. I'm like, listen, everyone that lends money burns in hell for eternity. Period. Everyone that lent money, anyone that still expects money from lending, you go to hell. I don't care what you sign. You go burn in hell. That's it. You go into the lake of fire. Tough shit. Give or don't give. Forgive your debts that other people have. You should have given and you shouldn't have lent. Lending is the evil. The evil. It's the evil. Give. There's someone who's hungry. Oh, here. I have something, some food and some money. Here you go. Here's somebody that needs a home. Oh, I have a home. Here you give, right? No. No lending. No. I tried to say this. He's like, try to ask it 10 different ways, right? Hey, but what if I do it this way? I say, you're a lender, you're going to hell. I don't care what trust you sign. There's your answer. You don't like my answer? Don't ask the question. That's it. He didn't like the answer. He was, I can't say for sure what he did, but I ain't heard from him again. You know what I'm saying? What? It's this game is so easy. I can tell you straight out what to do. The principles behind it. You know right or wrong. If you do wrong, that's on you. I can't make your decisions for you, right? But it's like what Rhonda Heather said. I mean, like I. It's very frustrating to, you know, tell people the truth and not listen and not do it. It's also extremely satisfying to hear from people like George and Rhonda Heather and so on that follow the simple basic laws of right and wrong that you already know that actually go along with this paperwork, right? And this trust and so on. Right and wrong, there's no opposition, right? You're always in the right. Always. You never veer from that. You never go away from that. Not ever. And you don't have to anymore. That's all you do. Joe, George, I'm just asking a question. Yeah, no. Hey, Joe, ask all the questions. Nobody stumped me on any question. Keep it up, keep it up, keep the questions coming. Never stop the questions. That's why I do this live a week. I'm here to answer questions. So never stop asking. They've all been asked before. So what? I'm here to answer them again. It's okay, you know? George, not sure I understand where you're getting at. Okay. Uh, okay. All right, anyway, these are the courses right here that you get into. Okay, the trust. You open up your trust. Yay, these one in the middle. This is how you build credit for your person and for your trust. And this is the mentor program, how to get all the free stuff, inner circles, all the hidden information, and all the spiritual technology. Yay. This is what the login looks like where you get in your coursework. This is what I'm talking about, this classroom here. Click on this after you get it, your courses, whatever, but click on this. This is a private forum with all the other students, all this index. Here comes a helicopter right now. Can't hear it, can you? Can you hear this? Hold on, my mic. All right, I hope you heard it. I don't know. It just flies right over. Anyway, the classroom, you make a separate login. You click it, ask for another login, make it. It's a private forum. It's an app we have for the school. It's a wealth of information in there. You'll love it. Okay? I hope our time has been well spent. Couldn't teach you everything, right? But I can tell you, everything that's going on. And, the wealthy elite have told me that it cost $75,000 that they paid to do this. Okay, so the government pays you, and you pay the government nothing. How much is that worth? It's really difficult to quantify, but in dollars, you know, it's a whole bunch of money back every year and time. And that's just if you take the, free government handouts, which why not? They were taking your handout. Anyway, you get all the coursework bundled together. It's only, 1997. You could even do it 4 payments when you check out. It works for everyone, right? You could keep doing what you're doing, okay? Keep, not moving forward, or you could watch the testimonials, see that this works, change your life forever. Who does this work for? It has worked for everyone that has done this, okay? Everyone that has done this, it has worked for everyone. Everyone. Check out the testimonials. They are amazing. I could never do them justice. What did Dee Dee say? You saved my life. Even though it doesn't look like much has changed, everything has changed. Right? There's no paperwork trail, there's nothing. No taxes, nothing. It's so beautiful. Ron and Heather, Jack, I want to make it clear. You taught me to actually pray for my enemies at court. Yes, exactly. So I did. I prayed fervently that God would bless my dad's cousin and help him see the light. It was very hard. It is very hard, isn't it? You're sitting there praying for your enemies. That's all I do. I see judges rendered mute. I see the prosecution rendered mute for like 5 minutes and freak the judge out. Bailiffs, 4 of them armed, ready to chain me, and ordered to do so by the judge, frozen midway, halfway across the courtroom, can't move. I've learned so much from this trust, right? That's exactly right, Ron. You pray for them and they get what they deserve. That's exactly it. After we prayed and prayed, God took care of him and took his soul home. Good. Bye bye, enemy. God protects his own. You could only know this by experience. You could type it out. Someone else in here could be reading what Ron and Heather wrote there. But this thing can never be taken away from Ron and Heather. That's reality for them now. Do you see what I'm saying? The programming is gone. It's so gone, right? And only these things keep happening. Like the supernatural keeps becoming the natural. Do you see? That was always nature. It was just a hidden part of it. Now it's revealed. I'm so happy for you. I really am. Check out all their testimonials. Like Greg said, Liberty Aid Academy support has been vital in the creation of this trust. Any questions or concerns they answered. The whole community has been a big support. The proverbial weight or feeler has been lifted and will continue with all of John's work. So good. A UV said, it was simple for me to open up a trust. Very simple as long as you follow Jack's step-by-step instructions. And Ron! It's Ron, right? It's Ron. Ron ahead. John, we love you back. God bless you. I say God bless you every time this comes up in this Trust Crash Course. I ask for God's blessing for you. It's powerful. All their other assets were seized, but everything in the trust was left untouched. I mean, what a perfect quote for tonight with what you had to say. So wonderful. So you got to check out this testimonial. These people. Hold on, I got some music on here, so I don't know if you can hear me. Reason you don't think you can do this? I mean, everyone could do this. Okay, everyone. It works for everyone, literally everyone. There's no one that isn't successful doing this. Anyone could do this. Go check out the testimonials. You're too nervous? Well, you should be nervous about where you have your money now. They could make a rule about your taxable corporations to take your money tonight. You think it's too expensive? Oh, come on. Having everything you own taken, how expensive is that? Come on. Right? So listen, 1997 gets you all this information, all the courses bundled together. You can still do it a la carte. It's just, we save over 60%, get them all together. You know, hey, I don't want to get in trouble with the IRS, like you don't. And I never have, all right? All the troubles go away when you get this. So if you still have any questions, get in touch with us. Here's our email. I recommend you email. We're here to help you. Everyone's successful, okay? George, thank you so much for popping in, and everybody. Ron and Heather, I mean, it's hard to even say something to that, I mean, God is great. I mean, it's hard. All, you know, every the way I say it is everything that can be said, everything that can't be said. Uh, I give to God, right? Like everything. God is this trust is revealed so much. It's just indescribable. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, everyone. All right, hour and a half. I try to keep this to an hour. Anyway, thank you for coming. Thursday, this was a Thursday at 7. We'll be doing noon on Monday. We'll see you then. Okay. George, thank you for everything. Everyone, thanks for posting it here. Thanks for keeping it real. Thanks for everything you share. You know, Go ahead and post on your social media what's up with this. Otherwise, they're never going to hear. People are never going to hear. I'm so shadow banned, even though I pay for advertising. It's so hard for me to get the word out. So if you help, it helps a lot. Okay. This is great. Thank you. Thank you, Terry. Thank you for coming. Everyone, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And I'll be here Monday at noon. Okay. I can't help you if you don't start the trust. Start the trust. Open it. Then I can help you. Then you can take advantage of all this. Okay. You got to start. But Keisha. Okay. Thank you for coming. Everyone, thank you